Hi all you beautiful people. Let's do our Sunday shining. It's a gorgeous day today actually, but I'm going to do it in here because it just is easier for me and just more calm. So much is happening, and there's just so much I feel I'm being asked to share, and yeah, it's just I just think life is really, really exciting. So let's just go into the whatever's going to come, and I just have to get a bit more comfy. So I'm going to call this one the way of the warrior, because that's what I feel I am, and that's what I feel really everyone is. As they awaken, they realize, okay, I'm getting out of all this confusion and really not being very, very, very lost, and I'm realizing I actually came here to serve. I came here to serve. And I came here to serve the light. And just shining some light on this, what does it mean to be a warrior? It's very powerful. As you move more and more into it, your role as a warrior, you feel the power grow. And I just think it's wonderful to take this just one area of life and just magnify it, see what is this really all about. And I want to just comment on you, Karen, what you asked about in my previous 2 Sundays ago. So it's number 21. You mentioned excessive thinking, and I just want to say it's wonderful how you get to see things in a better way as you go. And what I want to share here is the whole thing of allowing and our consciousness. So you bring, what you do is when whatever is going on in your life where you feel, oh, this is irritating, the very first thing to do is to simply be aware that this is what I'm doing. There's excess thinking going on in my mind, and I'm just going to bring my awareness to it. And really, as Eckhart Tolle says, that's really enough. But you can go even more into this and say, okay, and I'm going to bring my awareness to the fact that I was actually irritated about myself for having too many thoughts. So it is a bit like a babushka. It's layer upon layer upon layer. So you realize, oh my goodness, there's all these thoughts going through my head. And the ego mind will say, oh my goodness, you've got all these self-help books. You've been doing this journey for 30 years. Oh my goodness, haven't you learned this yet? The judger. And then you can have another babushka saying, well, that's just, my goodness, am I still judging myself for not learning things very well? And then you can judge that. So really, to just to have this principle in life that when something pops up, doesn't matter what it is, could be a health issue, could be somebody who's really stressing you in your life, could be anything, to just say, this is what I'm experiencing right now, and it's okay. It's okay. So we take the toxicity out of it, because we are human, and in our human form we'll never be perfect, but in our inner self we are perfect and we are whole. But we came here to be imperfect and to do things that that we know that we can improve, because that's the only way we're growing. We can go through a growing process. So we can really decide with ourselves that no matter what, really, and that's what I'm going to mention now about being a warrior, is to understand and really really acknowledge that I am in a growth process my whole life, from day one till the last day, last breath I take in this lifetime. I'm here to learn. So whatever pops up that I feel is not real great and I can improve, I will not judge anymore. It's okay. And that is surrendering to love. Understanding this is the form I am in. I'm much, much more than this physical form. This form that I'm in right now, Katrine Niergaard Rudolph, living on this address, doing these things, is a little part of me. And there's a much greater part, and when I go deeper and deeper and higher, I come to God Himself, God herself, the one light. So this is just one aspect of me, and as a warrior, I'll just move into this warrior thing, I wish to see myself from a higher and higher place as I go, so that whatever I experience in this form, I bring in love. I bring more and more and more love into it. Because I know with myself that it is not what is happening that is the issue, it is how I respond to what is happening. That's the interesting thing. And it's with our relationship to ourselves, our relationship to others, our relationship to everything. It's whatever is going on in our lives. It is not what's happening. That's not interesting, really. It's how I respond, and how I choose to see what is happening. That's what's interesting. So I am the student and the teacher. I'm bringing my consciousness onto how am I unfolding in this lifetime, in this form. I wish to be the one who is observing myself and correcting myself with love. So I am the all. So beautiful. It's so hard to understand, because we within ourselves, with all these babuskas, and we go deeper, 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 we come to the light of all lights, from which all comes. We are, our little existence is really a micro, is really the whole cosmos and all of creation, just in a small scale. So whatever is happening in our lives is happening everywhere. And the way we're going to bring about this new earth is that each and every one of us goes, as I was talking about in one of my healing videos, the little cell, to realize that I'm the little cell, and I am a cell, and I'm also the controller and the boss of this cell. I'm both. And so I'm going to decide that my cell, the cell that I am, I will heal and I will make beautiful. I will make a paradise in my cell, because I know that by doing so I'll be making a paradise for the whole, because I will be lifting. Because you can just take a body. You can't have one cell saying, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to heal, and that doesn't take all the others with it. So you by concentrating on your cosmos, your world, which is just you and yourself and what's going on in your life, you are changing the entire creation. So everything that is going on out there that can seem, oh my goodness, all this stuff is actually going on inside you. the toxicity, all the negativity, all the attacking, all the judging, all that we so wish to see as something that's going on over there in that country. That's what they do over there. And what I feel God is, and what we're being taught as we go, God within is saying, it's all in you. You are the war. You are the hatred. It's all in you. And when you go and bring your attention to it, and as I was saying before, you embrace that with your love, you just let your love flow into that, you heal it, and the hatred's gone. It's not necessary anymore. So we can also say that all the things that are not functioning on the earth is places where consciousness has not gone yet. So whatever's not working, and that's what's so fascinating about this healing, which I'm making these videos about, is that that all we really need to do is bring our consciousness onto all the places that we have forgotten, that were left. We left because we have been in this sleep state, and so many different aspects of us, periods of our lives, feelings that we have, things that we've experienced, we've just pushed it away, which is really the inner child. We've pushed the little inner children away because we couldn't cope anymore. Pushed them away, and we didn't want to give it any attention. And as we heal, what we do is we open door after door after door and bring out that little child that's been neglected and give it attention. To shine our love and our attention onto it, and the little child starts playing and laughing and dancing. So it's just, this whole thing is bringing consciousness into every single aspect of life. My body, my soul, my mind, my house, my skin, my hair, my eyes, my ears, my gut, my friends, my family, whatever. Bring your consciousness onto it, into it, and embrace it with no judgment. But you can see when something's not right. Say, I can see something's not right here with my body in this area, this toe or whatever. And so wonderful. The way of the warrior is to see ourselves as the teacher and the student, and to know that we will never ever be greater. There is no such thing as comparing, because we all are the one. So all. That's what one of the headlines I wanted for this, also this session, this Sunday Shining, is there is no separation. Separation is an illusion. So, but I'm just jumping now because I just really wanted to let's talk a little bit more about the warrior. So the first thing I think is really important is to, when you realize that you are a warrior, you came to bring the light, you came to be the light, that's your job here, is to really see yourself as one little cell in this enormous organism. And what are you here for? You're here to bring the light. You're here to cleanse away the old world, which will be cleansed away anyway, but you've taken on this job to help the process. And you're here to serve. It's not, nothing is really about you, but it's by healing you that you heal the all. So the warrior who is very, the more we go up the consciousness trap, or what you call it, not trap, map, trap, the more we see that we are never special. And I think that's really, really important. We're never special, more special. We are special. We are completely amazing and wonderful and magnificent beings. And so is everyone else, even the drunk man who's been sitting on that bench the last 15 years, who's just withering away and killing himself slowly with his bottle, he might be more enlightened than me, and he's never better or worse. So that whole thing stops. And it's such a relief when we get to that state that this is it's unnecessary, and it's actually a lie, because we are all one, and there is no comparison that has any truth in it. So yeah, let's just see, let's go into this whole thing of this whole thing of separation, because I just got it that as we grow and as we awaken and as we stand more and more firmly in our light, because we know that we have to do that. That's part of the warrior, is our duty is to stand in the light and stay there, even though people hate us, and maybe thousands of people, maybe millions of people hate us. To stay strongly in the light, and not in a stubborn way. See, we have to stand firmly, strongly in the light, with constant openness to where am I going now, and how am I growing now. But to stand firmly, so not in the truth that I'm better than you, so I'm going to stand here and you're bad and you've got it all wrong, but I'm going to stand here because I know that is what my inner truth is telling me, and I will stay firmly here on my path. So I won't stay still, because life will never be still, standing still. It's always a movement. We're always in a movement. But I will stay on my path, and I do it with complete openness to where is it I might have to go to one side a little bit, whatever. So what happens for many of us, and I know for myself, is that people leave you, and people get angry at you, people hate you, people don't like you, people avoid you, and yeah, just a sec, I have to have a little break. Just had to get more comfortable. I have to sit very straight with my back, otherwise it's uncomfortable. So people leave us, people just disappear, and some people we have to leave because it's just too painful, and the whole connection stops. And I just want to say, look at it from their side, and people who are not really prepared to awaken, or are awakening slowly. Yeah, I don't know the real story of what's going to happen. Some people say there is a great separation going on, and there are two worlds. There are two worlds, because the new earth is here. The world of love is here, and is this growing? And that is what Gaia, the earth, has chosen to live as a planet of love. That is the new earth. And there's a whole lot of people who have not entered into the new earth yet, and many of us are sort of stepping in and out of it. The more we feel peaceful and we feel love, the more we are in it, and the more we get disturbed and lost, we sort of slip out of it. So it's sort of a gradual process. But I believe that one day we will all enter into love, because that's who we are. We're all going to return to it, because that is, I mean, some people talk about the dark ones, the bad ones who are doing all this. It's all God. It's all one body, as I see it. There's no such thing really as the dark ones, other than the darkness that is in you, that is manifesting in different beings. And so, but what do people do seen from their side when you approach them or you have a contact with them. And what I feel in my life is that the joy and the love in me is just growing, and it sort of feels explosive. And the more I allow my God self to come forth, the more I'm sort of more or less giggling all the time and singing and dancing through my day. And of course, people who are very, very rooted in fear and darkness, they can find it very, very uncomfortable to be with you, because you're so joyful and you're so full of love, and they find it really, really very uncomfortable. And so when on that stage where they are, and of course we who have entered more and more into the light, we have to be wise and try to control the joy. But it's only to a certain extent you can do that. So what are they feeling, these people? And for my own journey, just which I've shared so much, and I think which has been very, very taxing on me, I just could not believe how our children, maybe our parents, people very, very close to us who we really love deeply, can get to despise us so much. And how I just didn't believe it was possible, but I just want to share with you, it is possible. That the people who you feel you are so closely connected to, they completely despise you. They think you're really not nice to be around. But that is a fact, and that's where that is the feelings that they have, and I just want to go into this. So what they do is that they think you're very uncomfortable because you're bringing all this love, because that is not a part of their truth yet, because they're in fear and they're in all this darkness. And so the situation they are in, as I see it, is that they have not entered into the kingdom of God. They have not found the jewel. It's not clicked yet. That they are, suddenly it's going to click, and they're going to realize, oh my goodness, I am all this love. That love that person is shining onto me, I am that tenfold when I just connect to that place within me. She's actually just embodying what I am myself. And they haven't reached that place yet. So therefore they're completely entrenched in this soup of darkness, which is very, very, very painful. They're in a constant struggle, also because to find themselves. Because when you are in the darkness, you can't find yourself, because your self is your God self, and you've lost it. You've lost the key. So what they do is they will either attack you. So what their ego says is that person is so uncomfortable and so not nice. So try to pull that person down so that you can stand it. Or just be mean to that person, because if only that person could go down, I would feel more comfortable. So they will attempt to do that, and that's where we have to be very strong and to understand that the reason why they're trying to hurt us is because they're stuck. Because they're stuck in that darkness and they can't find the way out. And so usually the best thing is to just retreat, and that's where the warrior, the warrior in us, the duty we are on, we have to bring out the rules again and understand. So always see them with love, and accept that this connection will stop maybe forever. There's no such thing as forever, because one day we will unite completely, but for a while, maybe this lifetime, maybe several lifetimes, I will not see that person again. It's impossible, because we don't resonate. It's impossible. And to accept that pain, because initially it's very painful that maybe your mother, maybe your children, some of them, maybe many of them, depending on how many you have, you will never see again in this lifetime. It hurts. It really, really hurts. But as the warrior we are, we have to say, okay, I have no idea if that's the case. And so the quicker I just say it's okay, I am where I am, and I have to be on my path. I can't stop my own journey because I came here to do this. So I might be a mother, I might be a sister, I might be a friend, but that is always under. It's always less important than our job on earth. And so to retreat, I was just with one of my very close relatives who I wish to have a very close relationship, and I really would love it. And she was with me for 3 hours and she was completely exhausted. And we had made an arrangement to see each other again a week later, but she just said, I can't do it, I need peace now. I can't. I just need peace. So in other words, just stay away from me. And initially that can be very painful, and you want to push them too, but that's where we have to let it all go with love, and realize that that's why, because they have not entered into all that love in their own hearts and in their own lives. They've not found themselves and realized how much love that they are in this endless supply of love. They are love, and their life is completely packed with joy and love and well-being and goodness and fun. They've not found it, so that's why they can't be with you. And so you can, as this person who's going through this, and maybe more and more people just avoid you, you can really think, does anyone like me? I wonder if anyone actually likes me, and to allow that too. Okay, maybe nobody likes me. It's okay. It's okay, because I know that we all love each other. So just, and that's what I feel God's saying, that don't get caught up in the drama, in the oh my goodness thing. Just say, okay, I could feel that. That was a bit uncomfortable. That person rejected me, doesn't want contact with me. And just feel, bring your awareness onto it. I felt a little bit hurt there, and I'm going to let that hurt go. And then I'm going to just potter on with my life. Now, what was it I was doing? Oh, that's right. Making sure that I'm healing. Making sure that my life is working and I feel good and I don't have too much, too little. Always working for harmony in my own little world. Just keep going. And so what happened to me, because I got that this week, oh my goodness, is there no one in this world, I mean physically, because I have all you, and have many wonderful, very, very deep connections with people I'm not physically with, which is, I think, just as powerful, really. But the people who I chose to be biologically close to, is there no one? And then one popped up, and we're going to be together tomorrow, and it's just really, really wonderful. And so it will happen. It's going to happen, because we are all... this world of love has come, and it's just very young. And so I feel as a light warrior, our job is to really understand this process, and to every step, every time we feel these rejections, to see right through it and see this is all because this person has not found the light yet, and it's all okay. It's all okay. And to pray for them, and just come back, just let it all be. Let those people go onto the path that they need to go onto, and understand that you are not rejected or unloved, because you're completely one with love. So there is no separation. On a deep level, we are all together. With their spirit, with their deep being, you are completely united. because we are one organism. So to come into that truth, keep flushing your system with this truth which is in you, telling you that there is no such thing as separation. It doesn't exist. It has never existed, because we're all one. We're all living together in harmony. There's just some cells that have gone off and have to do something and go into this idea of separation and loneliness and being away from. And when they're there, when you're in the darkness, you haven't found the kingdom, you are always dissecting all of life, putting some people there, some countries there, some countries there. You're just slapping them all around. You go there, you go there. Until we get so exhausted and we realize, oh my goodness, that's actually completely wrong, because we're all one. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what country, no matter what belief, we're all one family. So, and that's really the babushka again, understanding that we have these different layers of consciousness and the ways we see things, and on our ego level, we always see things in a very primitive way. We quickly get insulted and say, why is this why is this happening to me? This can't be right. That's how I felt for so long with my family. All this, it's been like this. This can't be right. It is right, as it is right now. But on a deep level, we are all one. And as actually one of the children I don't see, she says, we are all connected in our hearts. So she knows. So that's really beautiful. So to accept that we're all these individual beings who are part of this whole organism, and there are things that we need to do to learn, because we've decided to do this in this lifetime, and that we all honor that. Honor that. So as this goes, I think it's really powerful to just see the new world, the new earth, the new golden age. Just see us all together, united in love, in a new way of being human, which is completely conscious, and where love rules everything, where there is only love and oneness. To just see it in front of you, see the earth as one happy family. I mean, on the deep level, we're one united, healed family. Just keep seeing it, and that is the courage we need as a warrior, to keep coming back to that truth, that we are united, we are one. So I just wanted to touch on this on this map of consciousness I gave you from Dr. David Hawkins. And I think it's just interesting to see how this is what's happening to us. We're moving up the scale. But I just want to say, I shared with you that how he tested that Hitler was negative, Mother Teresa was good. And I just want to just go into this a little bit, because coming back to the fact that we are all in a learning process, and we actually all have taken on this job on earth because there is a deep reason. And so we are all God. Even Hitler was. And so, because very quickly when we get these charts or we get these systems, we can say, okay, then the ego goes in again. That's not that's not our true self. It's our lying self, which wants to dissect it all again, put the bad people there, the good people there. I just want to say, as I see it, we are all God in human form, and some people come to do really evil things, but actually, as I have read once, for instance, Hitler was actually a very, very evolved being, and he took on that job, which is was horrific, because that was a part of the growth process of humanity. So in a way, he's actually very enlightened. So the whole thing of, okay, where are you? You're on 25. God, you're low. I'm up here. We can't use that because there is no comparison really, and a human being can actually fluctuate and sometimes feel very, very, very high vibrational, and sometimes go right down and feel really, really disgusted, angry, judgmental. So I just want to share this, that we can use it personally just for ourselves to see, okay, when I have these feelings, I feel really good. And when I go into judgment, whoa, I don't feel very good. So I think it's that having that, the wide perspective on everything is really, really important. So, yeah, the birds are singing. Spring is coming. Yeah, that was really the things I've written down. So let's do our message for the day. And that book, if you're sort of new to this, it's a book by a woman called Shanta Gabriel, and she wrote this book quite a few years ago, which is channelings by the Archangel Gabriel, and I think it's very, very, very helpful, very useful. So let's do it and listen to the birds singing while we listen within. Listen to the angels, and they're all saying the same thing. We're all saying the same thing on a deep level. Love is all there is. So let's do it. You can see how wet our little farm is. It's more like a pond. Okay, so today's message is number 44, and it's called No One Has Power Over You Unless You Allow It to Happen. Dear one, when you are in a situation where you begin to feel powerless and less than another, this can be viewed as a wake-up call. We are referring here to any situation in which you feel devalued, not necessarily one of obvious abuse. If there is another person who wants to have a certain level of power over you, consciously or unconsciously, your physical body is often a good indicator that something is not right. You may notice a feeling of discomfort in your solar plexus area. Perhaps a weight descends on your shoulders and your head hangs down. Paying attention to your bodily discomfort can help you become aware and allow you to disengage yourself from the situation. When you feel strong in yourself, you are less likely to stay in situations that may harm you or allow others to treat you with disrespect. You do not have to stay in places or around people who do not give you the respect you deserve. However, it is also not necessary to react in anger. As much as possible, bless the person or people involved and remove yourself from the situation. When you feel strong within, good about yourself, and generally centered, the area of your solar plexus is filled with energy. When you begin to feel drained, that is literally what is happening to you. When we say no one has power over you unless you allow it to happen, this is the first place where your power is given away. It is now time to take it back. Sometimes people become so used to being devalued, disempowered, and talked down to, they accept this as a natural state. It is not. Every soul on earth deserves to be treated with respect. In order to stay strong in yourself, steps must be taken so that you feel your inner power, that connection to the light of pure spirit that is within you. The solar plexus is the area most affected by the power maneuvers of another person. So the following visualization is helpful in achieving and maintaining your own center of balance. Breathe with conscious awareness into the area from your ribcage to below your navel. Imagine this area filled with the glow of a huge sun, and allow this bright golden light to radiate out from this place within you and fill your entire being. Then see or feel this light moving from the base of your spine into the earth, so you can be connected to that rich, nurturing and grounding presence. Continue Continue visualizing the golden light of the sun filling your solar plexus, centering you with a clear, steadying power that will allow you to take the necessary steps to care for yourself. With practice, you can draw on the calming power of this light and the steadying power of the earth whenever needed. Begin today to respect yourself. Know that you are a radiant child of God and that you have purpose, presence, and connection to all the love in the universe. Call on your guardian angels at all times and know that you are guided and protected by divine light. Begin to know your personal connection to a higher power, the true power containing all the energy you need to do whatever is required in your life. Fill yourself with the golden light of the sun and feel the nurturing presence of the earth beneath your feet. Reclaim your true power and remember you are never alone. Your message from the angels today is no one has power over you unless you allow it to happen. Okay, so that was our message for today, and very appropriate. The whole thing of how others treat us, and to just realize that we're allowing it to happen, and all we have to do is come back to our own beautiful selves. And yeah, so I want to finish off this video and thank you all for your comments, friendly, loving, and which is really wonderful, but especially when I feel that what I'm sharing, you can use it. I love that feeling. So it's sort of it encouraged me. Because when you're sharing things, there's, as I was saying in one of the last videos, you're not always 100% sure that this is really useful, and the more useful the better, I feel. But sometimes only one person can use it, and sometimes many can use it, but it is a really, really wonderful feeling to know that you can use this as some sort of help on your journey. So the new earth is here, and the more we participate in it, the more we allow ourselves to fill ourselves with those beautiful feelings, and just allow whatever pops up to shine our loving awareness onto it, the more this will manifest. And all is already well, to just feel that. So thank you for all you give, and thank you in every way, and I wish you a beautiful Sunday and an amazing, colourful, powerful, peace-filled, joy-filled week. See you, my friend.